Hey guys, Jason here with BounceWave Inflatable Cells. As we told you, we're going to be sending these videos out. These are the Econo combos. These are the ones I've been talking about that I'm really high on in that 200 range. It's only 35 pounds more than a bounce house, and these are awfully good, as you can see as we walk around them. This is the balloon. The thing with the Econo, know this, the bouncer's only a 10 by 10 on its exterior width. It's not going to give you a massive bounce house. Again, it's to get in the smaller yards, get something one man can handle with ease, and bring you between the bounce house and the 7-in-1 combo pricing structure in that middle section. So we look here though, but we didn't take anything away from its height and look, right? So if you look at this marble balloon Econo here, you're going to see the same height, same size balloons that you would get on the 7-in-1. If you can show them up there, Devin, they're going to be the same size. So we're not going to totally take everything away from the unit. We're just going to shrink its core down a little bit, but leave its mass up, if you will. So if you come here, you can see we're still going to put the big bumpers on it, on the step. The interior climbing wall, Devin, if you come just right around me, you'll see it's a couple of stairs here, and then your bounce area. 2 basketball hoops is going to be standard exit and the roof. 1 horsepower blowers holding this up, no problem. These are going to be with the splash pad. Still going to have the anchoring points, zippers everywhere. And as you can see, we can come down here. You can come to the front, Devin, and show them coming down the slide. This is what your front's going to look like. The standard price on these are $24.95. That's what those two will be. This one's a little bit more expensive by $100 because of the balloons and such. The build's a little bit more, so it's $25.95. But I got to tell you guys, all 3 of these are monsters in the market. These balloons do extremely well. People are soft on them. I've got them in 7-in-1. I got it in knockdown, and I've got it in a bounce house. They do a little better in the winter than any of my tropical type stuff, but they hold their own in the summer. Not quite as much as my tropical stuff, but they hold their own, and that's why I really like them. So I wouldn't cheat and not get this guy here. The Euro Baja, as you guys know, the Baja is just an absolute killer, and its color runs blue with the red. This thing doesn't give up on you anywhere. It's going to make you money. I don't care what country you're in. This thing is going to absolutely fly off the shelf. And again, when I show you all this, I really like the pool design on our splash pad, and I'll show you why. I want to give it the most amount of drainage, right? So with splash pads, again, I'm not a big splash pad person. The reason why I did it on these is because they're smaller units. I wanted easeability, no pull and bumper. You don't have to, hold the pull and bumpers and exchange them. But anything more aggressive than this, I want a pull, I want the big splash. So, but these, to keep them reasonably priced under $2,500, there's certain moves I made that I think will do very well on the market. So if you look here, we're going to give you 2 drains underneath, and that's all heat sealed, but 2 drains underneath on the angle down. So if water gets under the liner, which it will, it drains and the liner don't sit and float for eons. And a bad rainstorm, it still could happen, but the chances are pretty slim. Not only that, I've showed you guys this. Devin, if we point at my finger there, there's a drain up the top, that pushed area. I'll walk around and put my finger on that. Right here, head back over, Devin, you can see it. Right here. So there is a tube that's just vinyl that's sewn into the liner right here, which comes out of this wall right over here, Devin. And again, it's Velcroed to the outside. And I did that because if the liner, the tube slides back in the hole, you're stuck at the job trying to get in there and push it through the hole, and it's not going to work properly. But if we just spend a little extra money on it, Velcro it to the outside, we alleviate that problem, and everybody's happy. I can do that a little better, but time is the essence to make the video not too long. Nice high bumper. And then the last one here, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful. This is going to run more towards the little girl run. Again though, but not princess, if you will, but could go as a princess. But if it's a little girl that's out of princesses or not into princesses, or the party's not princess, perfect, because it has girl colors. So it can run on both sides of the ball. And that's why I like this so much. Again, I have this in a bounce house, 7-in-1, knockdown, the Econo combo. Because it for girl colors, I can move it in multiple runs. I can move it, again, if it's princess and I'm out of any of my direct princess stuff, I could go and say, I have a princess look and color that might interest you. Or if it's, not a princess, if it is a princess party or not a princess party, I can just beat off of it on both sides here. So this one's awfully good. This is the Mystic. Again, same build. I want to give you guys an idea. Again, if you scroll around, excuse that pool liner there. When I showed you guys, I didn't Velcro it back in, but that goes to show you what kind of bite on the Velcro that we use. I'll give you a dang good idea there on how we do it. Again, these are all held up on 1 horsepower blowers. Guys, they're just highly attractive. They're easy to work with. They're blow and goes. They're under the $2,500 mark, except that one's $25.95 the balloon. So they're affordable, and you know, again, it gives you in between that 7-in-1 if you guys have them, or these, you know, one person shows. It helps you a lot there. You're offering more than a bounce, but then you got that gap between your other combos and the bounce house in that middle field where you can move pricing all the way up to your large combos. And if you don't think that matters, there are a ton of times. Look, I answered phones for 15 years. When I was on vacation, I answered phones. The only 2 times I didn't answer my phone for 15 years was when I was on a cruise and I couldn't. Other than that, any other vacation, I've left weddings answering my phone. I listened for years of what the customers had to say. There, you know, you got the mom that don't want to go 250, 260. She's really comfortable on her 200. Look, it's the psyche, guys. It's the way things work, right? So you got that 115 player that's, yeah, I just want a bounce house. I don't need all that stuff. They're lucky I'm getting my bounce house. You got that mom or dad. Dad doesn't get involved much. They just don't. And then you got, well, you know, I'd like to have something a little more to do than a bounce house. You got something a little more about, you know, we can't go 250, 260. We don't want to spend that much, but do you, you know, I see you got 250 and then you got a bouncer at 115. Is there anything else that's under 200 that can give the kids a little more something to do? That's why these were born, because I heard that a lot, and I failed actually early on to get them. And when I was buying from others years and years ago, they didn't come with the splash pad or whatnot. It was just a sharp shaved off slide to the ground in a little 3-in-1 or 4-in-1 if you would. But even back then they were $2,600 with no pool and bumper. We're offering a whole lot more, and I'll tell you, they didn't look nothing like these. Guys, you have to trust me when I talk to you about these things. Hey, look, if I feel good about something, I'm not always going to be right. God knows I've been wrong a lot. But in this area of marketing, I feel really good. Look, if you don't think I'm right and it doesn't treat you right, don't buy from me. Don't do it. You know, and I get it. I'm in. I'm not here just to sell you something. I'm telling you, I've changed businesses all over this country. And I'm not just making that up, and I'm proud that I've done that, and I've been able to help people and lead them in the right direction. Look, when you answer every phone call at the rate that we do from a rental standpoint, you hear what they want. Now, that's not going to mean it works the same in Colorado. I'm not saying it. My gosh, if you're in the Southeast, Texas, you know, Tennessee, Louisiana, over to Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, that our runs are kind of the same. And I'm telling you, from what we do, I know what works. Guys, I'm not going to hold you up any longer. I'm passionate about what I do, and I'm passionate about making you guys win. Because, man, when I hear the stories, it's like a steroid to me. It really is. And my guidance worked for somebody, or, you know, thanks for that. You know, we made our money. I've heard stories. We made our money back in less than a month, especially on some of my water slides. And I'm like, gosh, am I stupid and selling them way too cheap, or are they that attractive where people really want them that much, and people making gobs of money? And again, the stories go on, and 2 years, 3 years, sell them for the same money they paid for them. Meanwhile, they made $35,000 on them. I love it. I love it, and I want to keep it there. So guys, listen to me. These are in stock as of now. I got a gentleman standing over in the corner there. Y'all can probably see him. A new buyer. He just bought a little lady out, and he's like, man, your stuff is way different than what she has, and he's all hopped up to buy some of these and some more stuff. But as of right now, they're available. 888-901-WAVE. Let us make the difference for you. If you're new, I'm happy to guide you. I'm happy to speak with you. If you have 10 or 15 or 20 and you're at that crossroad in your inventory, look, you can call me. I'll sit down and look at your website with you, right? And we can argue, and the best salesman will win. We can debate it, but that's what it takes to achieve. It takes maybe throwing something at somebody else. What's your thoughts? Doesn't mean you have to agree. But some of the best business people in the world, that's how they do it, right? They link themselves with the right people in the right industries that make them look like heroes, right? So again, I may not exactly be that guy, but I'll tell you, I've put a lot of people in the right spots that's made a lot of money doing this and been very successful. And not just one, hundreds. 888-901-WAVE. Let me make the difference for you. Hope to hear from you soon.